Our project is a computational investigation of fracture behavior of the high-strength concrete. The supervisor of this project is Professor Priya Mendes and Dr. Taraka Gondwardena, and our tutor is Ms. Sashira, and there are 4 people in our research group, namely Hanqing, Dicong, Ruijue, and Yizhe. This project is to focus on computational investigation into the aggregate interlock mechanism by increasing the concrete strength. By means of analyzing the interrelationship between the aggregate interlock and the properties of concrete, such as strength and aggregate, it aims to fill the gap in the current finite element model of the aggregate interlock, to make it more applicable to high-strength concrete, and deliver a qualitative and quantitative analysis of the aggregate interlock mechanism.
This is Ruijue Kang. In terms of specific methods of our project, MATLAB and Abacus are mainly used to simulate the fracture process of real experiments based on the experimental data provided and literatures reviewed. Above all, 3 real fracture experimental data and curves of 3 types concrete are provided and will be used as research objects, which are 43 MPa, 83 MPa, and 103 MPa concrete. Based on the literature about the computational technology for analysis of 3D mesostructure effects on damage and failure of concrete, the procedure for automatic generation of concrete specimens with both randomly distributed aggregates of different shapes in 2D and 3D has been studied. This procedure provides the foundation for codes in MATLAB to simulate the aggregate distribution in concrete of this project.
By importing MATLAB code into Abacus, the detailed model of the aggregate inside the concrete can be simulated. According to computational technology for damage and failure analysis of quasi-brittle materials written by Xiaofeng Wang, in the model of starting fracture behavior, the cohesive interface between mortar and aggregate should be modeled, as well as the cohesive interface in mortar and aggregate. In the literature reviews, material properties in normal strength concrete is provided, which is used in Abacus as initial data to check fracture behavior in normal strength concrete. Then, in terms of our project, numerous adjustments on material properties in high-strength concrete models have been made in Abacus to fit experimental results of high-strength concrete.
In Monte Carlo simulations of mesoscale fracture modeling of concrete with random aggregates and poles, curve of displacement versus stress is changed due to different factors, including loading time, aggregate volume, porosity, and cohesive interface strength. Based on his studies, we assume the strength of cohesive interface elements in aggregate is lower than strength of cohesive interface element in the mortar and in the interfacial transition zone, which holds the cracks developed in the aggregate and ensure that all parameters are within a reasonable range. Meanwhile, we change aggregate volume and cohesive strength of different parts discussed above to check the curve fit. In the end, based on MATLAB and Abacus, the tensor failure process of 3 specific experiments are simulated in our project, which provides a qualitative and quantitative analysis of the aggregate interlock mechanism in the high-strength concrete during tension process. In addition, our project also provides a potential idea and method for others to simulate and analyze the release experiments of high-strength concrete.